Hello everyone, Walk Hill Bethelite here. And I was talking to someone on the phone, trying to get caught up on some of the calls that I've gotten. Been busy, been a little under the weather. And there was someone who told me that they became a Jehovah's Witness right out of prison. Right out of prison, they get out of prison, and the quickest way they thought they could get a lot of support so that they wouldn't be on their own was to tell people that they were going to study. Tell Jehovah's Witnesses they were going to study. Because then Jehovah's Witnesses will bend over backwards for you if they think that they could count you as field service time or count you as door knocking time and have something to write down on their little report that they have to give every month of how much door knocking they did and who they spoke to and if they studied with anyone. And this did not surprise me. It didn't surprise me at all that there are people who fall on hard times and they pretend to be a Jehovah's Witness just to get a bunch of people doing what cults do, which is called love bombing. Showing a lot of fake love because they just want you to be going to their particular cult, their religious service. However, not only did this person need some sort of support group to fall back on, they also needed money, because they told me that they started studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, and keep in mind they just got out of prison. Anytime they needed money for anything, whether it be clothes, they wanted some money. This guy wanted some money just to get a suit for the hall. They're trying to get started. They want to go to the hall and look like everybody else does. So they wouldn't give him any money. They wouldn't give him money for anything. He wanted money to get started. He had a business he had in mind. They wouldn't give him any money. So the Jehovah's Witnesses will do anything and everything as far as just smiling in your face and giving you a ride to the hall, because they get to count that as door knocking time. And they get essentially clout for that. But as far as giving you support, as far as money for this, that, and the third, trying to get back on your feet, coming out of prison and whatnot, he wasn't getting anything. Again, I'm not surprised. If you actually need something as far as money is concerned, you're not going to get it just because they're a Jehovah's Witness. You'd only get it because you're friends with them or something like that. So what this person did, keep in mind he's telling me all of this on the phone, which of course the person will remain nameless. But what this person did was start selling drugs using Jehovah's Witnesses as a cover-up. And I'm thinking, man, so essentially he wanted the support. He didn't really believe in it. He just wanted the support you get from the love bombing that cults give you. But then he reverted back to his old ways of making money, which was selling drugs. But the way he was doing it is he'd have the territory card, he'd have the suit on, he'd have the book bag, and I'm trying not to laugh while the person is on the phone telling me that he would have the different types of drugs taped to the pages of the Watchtower. So on one page, he's got these types of weed, you know what I mean? He's going up to the door, would you like some Watchtower? And keep in mind, a lot of this is unsupervised. You don't have to be in pairs. A person could go out in the service, quote unquote, as long as they got the little territory card. They don't necessarily have to meet up. You know what I mean? So this guy literally told me that he had been selling weed and all kinds of things like that. I mean, it's like it's literally it's taped in the Watchtower. You turn the pages, it looks like you're at the door having a little Bible discussion, but really what's in those pages are taped is getting different bags of weed and bags of this and bags of that. And he got his book bag, and he, you know, he exchanged the money, you know, step inside the house briefly, exchange the money. And I'm like, how long had you been doing this? The guy had been doing it for years. So, of course, all the people at the hall thought this person was super spiritual. This guy eventually, keep in mind, he's been doing it for years, right? So this guy, he almost doesn't have to work. He's spending all his time in quote-unquote field service, and he's selling drugs. He's got drugs in his backpack, but I'm sure police probably aren't saying anything to him because they're used to seeing black folks with suits and a book bag with watchtowers walking around throughout the hood, knocking on doors. They're used to that. So this guy essentially has apparently the perfect cover for selling drugs. So his return visits, quote unquote, I mean, he's got the whole lingo. I need to go on this return visit, and you know what that is. Somebody hit him up for some of this or some of that. You know what I mean? So he's got his whole route. He's got all this stuff. According to him, he hadn't been caught. But what struck him as amazing is that Jehovah's Witnesses think that God or Jehovah is entirely focused on them, watching over them, protecting their teachings, helping them with their teachings. However, you have this person here selling these drugs, and he wasn't ever expecting that he was going to get appointed a ministerial servant. He wasn't ever expecting that he would have people talking to him about being appointed as an elder. This person is selling drugs as just a way of getting back on his feet and whatnot. And these Jehovah's Witnesses are thinking that this is the most spiritual person in the hall. This guy gets all the privileges. So what strikes him is he really doesn't think that Watchtower is being led by God at all. Because this guy is selling more and more drugs, quote unquote, while in field service, and it hadn't been exposed. How is this not being exposed by God if God is watching over this? God is sitting here watching this guy hold his watchtower with all manner of different type of strand of weed and marijuana and whatnot and pills taped to the magazine so that it looks like to police or the neighbors or anybody that's looking at him that he's just got a magazine, he's got a watchtower, but he's really, you know, hey, what do you want? So you tell me, this is what I would like to know. You tell me how all these pedophiles are in Watchtower. You tell me how this guy just called me and flat out told me he knows it's not the truth. He knows it's not the truth. There's no way they would be getting their teachings wrong as far as the 1914 teaching, 607 BCE teaching, 1975 teaching, be on Australian royal commissions because of child molestation and pedophiles. And this guy's selling drugs, and while he's selling drugs, he's moving up in the organization. And he's in this position where he doesn't believe it. He's just trying to make money. But in order to keep his cover, he's accepting some of these privileges. You don't want to just be turning down all the privileges because then he looks funny. So this guy's moving up in the organization, and the reason he's out in service for 1 billion hours is he's selling drugs. He's selling drugs. Got the perfect cover for it. So how could this be possible? How could somebody be using field service as a cover for just selling drugs? Do it for years. Apparently, according to him, he's making money. And also, according to him, he's been doing it for a long time, hadn't been caught at all. And the people at the hall, all all come up to speak to him because they all think he's the most spiritual person there because he's always in field service. He's always in field service. They call him super pioneer because half the time he's in service, he don't even have a partner. He don't have to go to another hall to find a partner to go knocking on doors with him because he'll go out by himself knocking on doors. Of course, we all know why, but everybody at the hall thinks this guy is super spiritual. Blew my mind. It blew my mind. 937-789-4029. Give me a call. Let me know what you think about it. He didn't say he stopped. To my knowledge, he probably is still posted out, going door to door. Probably some doors he has his magazine without the drugs taped to it, and then other doors, you know, where he knows the people, he's got it. Doing his return visits, driving all over the place, his return visits, done sold all this. I didn't ask him exactly how much he makes doing this, but the point is, he hasn't been exposed at all. And that's the case with a lot of these elders. A lot of these elders, what they're doing, then none of it's getting exposed per se. But these people are shunning their families that are speaking up to try to do the right thing. But the people who are trying to hide it, they're not getting exposed. They're being successful hiding a lot of the stuff that they're doing. Again, 937-789-4029. And it brings up another point that you have these mega churches. You got all these people that build these mega churches. They're making all kinds of money, and you may or may not believe in the religion, but it's essentially entertainment, and they're making money. Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not, you can't even say that you're making money. This guy, he's doing, you know, he's selling drugs and whatnot, but this is the only guy that I've talked to that, you know, he can at least, he can say he's getting money out of it. There's no money in this. Jehovah's Witnesses have their kids programmed to go to Bethel, which is basically just going to work for free. Jehovah's Witnesses have their kids programmed that going to school is a bad thing. So they end up working for lower wages. I mean, compared to a Jehovah's Witness, this drug dealer has actually got a better mindset than the Jehovah's Witness, shunning their family, causing all these suicides, causing all these people to commit suicide because their own family members won't talk to them, and destroying people's lives financially about, you know, the end of the world is coming and don't have kids now because just pure stupidity. And then you compare what they're doing to what this drug dealer's doing, and it almost don't seem as bad. What this drug dealer's doing don't seem as bad as what these Jehovah's Witnesses are doing with these pedophiles going from door to door trying to contact young kids. So there's a lot going on with this door-to-door stuff that people don't know about with Watchtower, but it's the perfect cover. They've been doing it for 100 years. People are not alarmed when they see someone with a book bag and Watchtowers going all throughout these neighborhoods, going all throughout the hood doing this and that. They're not alarmed. Everybody's been seeing it for so long, so their guard is down. Let me know what you think about all this. Ex-Wallkill Bethelite signing out.